You saw the dog, didn't you?
What dog?
The black dog.
You mean like the Led Zeppelin song?
No, Cruz knows what I'm talking about, don't you? I've heard truckers talk about it on the yard. They say it comes when you've been on the road too long and pushing too hard. When you get greedy. They say it comes to take everything away from you.
And it did. I was, hauling a load up from Atlanta on my 6th straight Georgia run. It was my daughter's birthday, and I thought I could make it home in time. I was on this long, dark stretch of I-75 with nothing to look at but the white line when I saw it. He was in the middle of the road, coming straight at me with his teeth bared, red eyes staring. So I swerved to miss him. I lost control.
Where do you come up with this shit?
It's for real, Wes.
Yeah? And I bet you've seen UFOs and aliens with big eyes.
No. Just a black dog.
Figured on a night like tonight was a good night to talk about the legend of the Black Dog. An old trucker legend, apparently. So, I didn't know all that much about it. And so I went and found a video of a guy that's talking about it. And he seems to know at least enough to flesh it out for anybody that hasn't heard about it, just vaguely heard about it, doesn't really know about it. And so I'm going to play this video, and then we'll wrap it up with a few thoughts. I do know that well, you just saw the clip. There's been a movie made about it. I don't know if the legend comes out of the movie or if the legend precedes the movie and is like kind of what the movie's based around. So I don't know. Chicken before the egg, egg before the chicken argument. I don't know. I'm sure that I could figure that out with a quick search, and I might do that later on once I get parked, and then just stitch it into the video somewhere. And if uh, it does exist, it will be right around here. Like, okay, so it is the next morning. I recorded the Black Dog video last night. I got down to where I wanted to get to, or close to where I wanted to get to, and got parked. And so now that I've gotten up, I've got a little bit of coffee in me. I looked up the legend of the Black Dog. Hold on, let me switch over here. And let's see. It appears, according to Grok on X, which I find pretty reliable in a lot of instances and useful. Says, yes, the legend of the Black Dog existed long before any movies were made about it. Here's how it breaks down. So basically, the folklore origins, because I've already skimmed through this, the folklore origins of the Black Dog are deeply rooted in British folklore, particularly in the British Isles, where it has been part of the cultural narrative for centuries. The folklore includes various names and versions like Black Shunk, and East Anglia. I'm sorry, I don't know. The Bargest in the north and others such as Modi Doo. I don't know. The some of these old British names are kind of strange, but uh, says that these stories often portray the black dog as an omen of death or misfortune, sometimes appearing as a large spectral hound with glowing eyes associated with crossroads, churchyards, and places of execution. So last night, when I was laying in bed, I looked it up a little bit, and it says that there's also uh, some folklore about it being a guardian spirit or a warning animal of impending doom and danger. And I think that kind of ties in with the trucker mythology of it all a little bit more. Is the warning animal, basically to get off the road. So I just figured, like I said, I would look that up and put it in the video, so that's what I'm doing. And here's the rest of the video. Hold on, what is his YouTube channel? His YouTube channel is Trucker Tales. So this is a video by a YouTube channel called Trucker Tales, and it is titled "Pull Off the Road If You See This Dog." So let's go ahead and jump into it and see what he has to say.
Dog. Trucker urban legend. We all heard of it. There's a movie about it. For the few who haven't, let me tell you. So there are several different variations of the black dog that I've heard. The one that was in the movie, old trucker movie, good movie, when truckers push themselves too hard, they get greedy in a way instead of resting like they should. This was mainly back when electronic logs weren't a thing, so you could fudge your books a little bit, push yourself a lot more than you were legally allowed. The Wild West kind of days. You would see a black dog as you would get tired and you would like start to drift off and, oh, I'm awake. If it was like raining out or stormy out, you would have a flash image of a black dog jumping off the road towards your face, and it would jolt you awake. And usually it would either cause the driver to fatally crash and die, or it would cause the driver to crash into someone else and kill them. And that's basically what the movie's about. That's the version that's the most widely known of the black dog. Is if you see the black dog, you're dead, or you're going to kill someone on accident. But the more true to life version of the black dog is it's more of a benevolent spirit, so to speak. It's if you're driving and you're tired and you're driving and you see the black dog sitting on the side of the road, it's a warning to get off the road. If you ignore that warning, usually you'll get one more warning and you'll see the black dog again. Now granted, if you're doing 65 and you see the same black dog sitting on the same side of the highway, you should automatically know something's off, because nothing runs that fast, at least not in America. So if you ignore the second warning, the third time you see the black dog, it's because you're dead. That's the version I've always been told. It's like a siren for truckers. It's a warning from, the spirit of the truckers to get off the road. You're not safe. Now, I personally have had an experience with the black dog, and I've only been a trucker for a very short time. A lot of the older guys think I'm full of shit because they're like, oh, you're too new, you don't know shit. And I'm just like, well, I know what I saw. And I was driving through the Arizona desert with I was still in TNT training at the time, so I had my trainer in the back sleeping. And I'm driving down, beautiful clear day, no rain, no dust storms, perfect day for driving. A little hot, but it's Arizona. So I'm driving and I see a big black object on the side of the road. I thought it was a statue. That's what I thought. So I kept driving, and as I pass it, I realized it looks like a wolf. Like a big, like a timber wolf. Freaking huge dog. Like, you're not gonna miss this thing when you pass it. You will fucking see it. It is big. That's why I thought it was a statue until its head followed me as I drove past it, and I was like, fucking what? You don't see single black dogs, wolves especially in the Arizona desert, sitting on the side of the highway. They don't exist. There's no such thing as a black wolf in the desert. It's not real, especially a wolf that big. I mean, the thing was probably I think if you would have parked like an F-150 next to it, it would look over the hood. That's how tall it was. Now, having heard of the black dog myth from my trainer, I was immediately like, no. Nah. I must have just seen something. It must have been an optical illusion or a statue, and it's just, nah. So I keep driving. I drive for maybe another 20 minutes. I see it again on the left side of the road. So I immediately fucking pull off onto the shoulder on the right side. I'm just staring at this fucking thing. And it's not moving. It might have been a statue that time. I don't know, but it didn't move. It just stared at me. My trainer wakes up from the back. He opens the curtain. He's like, why we stopped? And I'm like, look. And he looks out and he's like, oh. All right, take your time. And he goes in the back and goes back to sleep. Like he'd seen it a million times. Like he knew exactly what I was doing. I ate my lunch, took my 30-minute break, which you're not supposed to do on the side of the road, but I don't think a car passed me the entire time I was fucking sitting there. I took my 30. At some point while I was eating, the dog disappeared. After I finished my lunch, I start rolling again, and I want to say not another 20 minutes, just about 20 minutes down the road, there was a fucking 3 semi pileup on the intersection of 2 highways, one of which I was about to get onto. And it really made me wonder, like, if I would have ignored that and kept driving, would I have been involved in that pileup? Because it looked like around the same time period, because I stopped for a 30-minute break, and the tow trucks and everything had already gotten there. The EMS were already there, so it had to have happened 20-30 minutes from when I stopped. So if I would have kept rolling, I often wonder, would I have been involved in that accident if I would have just kept driving? So it's again, I'm a very religious man, but I do believe there are things out there that are just not explainable, that are between it and God. But yeah, it was crazy, man. Especially the way my trainer reacted. That really was like, what the hell? Like he'd seen it a million times. So, but I have to get going because I gotta head out of here and lock my stuff up. So you'll have a great day. Drive safe, and I will catch you later.
All right, so that's the video. He claims to have seen the black dog. This trucker urban legend. But I don't know if it's an urban legend or what. I'm gonna look that up later, just out of my own curiosity. For the record, I've never seen the black dog. I've seen black dogs. Maybe I've never seen the black dog because, like, there's literally zero chance I could ever fall asleep driving a semi. Like, I couldn't fall asleep. I couldn't drive teams because I wouldn't be able to sleep in the back while the truck's moving. I'm an extremely light sleeper. There have been a handful of times in my years of driving that, like, I've just been so tired. Like, I feel fuzzy. There was a time that I drove through St. Louis and I didn't even remember driving through St. Louis. That's how tired I was. I got to the north side of St. Louis, and I remember I was passing. There's I can't think of the name of the rest area up there, but I was passing the rest area, and I was like, it's almost like I had come out of a daze, and for the life of me, I could not remember driving through the city of St. Louis. And that kind of like shook me a little bit because I don't remember going into a daze when I was doing it. I know I wasn't sleeping because obviously I drove through a city. But I was just like so mentally disconnected from exhaustion that I don't remember the drive. I remember the last thing because I spent a lot of time trying to be like, okay, what was the last thing I remember doing? The last thing I remember doing was there's a scale that's probably 45 minutes south of the city proper itself. And I remember passing that, and it was closed, and thinking, all right, cool, you know. Um, and the, the next thing I remember with any kind of clarity is um, the rest area that I had planned on stopping at for the night. And so I pulled in, but never seen a black dog. Um, I'm gonna look up the information later on and see if I could find anything further on this. And if I do, I'll put it into the video. Like, really, what I want to know is what came first, the movie or the legend? Um, what inspired what? Did the movie and its popularity create the legend of the black dog, or did the legend of the black dog inspire the movie? And if I can figure that out, I will just record a quick little snippet and I will edit it into the video. And you will know that, you know, one way or another, on this video, you'll have an answer. If it precedes the movie, it becomes a lot more interesting. I don't know if I believe any of it. But you know, this man seems to be convinced that he's seen the black dog. I've never talked to a trucker personally that has like told me a story of seeing it. I've just heard about it. It's kind of like one of those things that you hear about if you're in a field for long enough, like it's like inside baseball, you know. So with that, I'm going to end the video. If you found this at all entertaining or interesting, or if it gave you any kind of information, consider liking the video if you liked the video. And if you really want to see where I'm going with the channel, this is all about trucking and current events and politics, with a dash of just like fun stuff like spooky stories while I'm driving at night, and maybe some just music during the day where I just kind of make commentary about, you know, this, that, and the other thing. But if any of that appeals to you, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you have seen the black dog or know somebody that has, comment below and maybe tell me your story, you know, or tell me where I could go to find out more on this. And with that, I'm going to end the video. So drivers drive safe, and peace out.